Hi everybody, it's Laura, and today I'm going to do a frequently asked question video for Bright. Today is the 13th, tomorrow's Valentine's Day, so I'm dressed kind of in red, trying to be glamorous, which, failing miserably. I got some red beads, a red glittery frock, and some red and black earrings that my grandma gave me. And you can't really tell, but those are they match this outfit beautifully. And this bracelet, it's hard to see in this light. It's red crystals and black and red rocks and things like that. It's really beautiful. Anyway, no red nail polish. I do have some red lipstick on. Today's question is from a couple of reviewers. I forgot their names, but they both kind of pose this question about Walter. Why is he letting Helena step all over him? Why is he letting her destroy his life? People are angry at both characters because, Monty cheats on Walter, and he, treats him really badly, but at the same time, I wanted to make sure Walter wasn't presented as some, perfect, angelic, lily white guy. He has faults, and one of his major faults is that he lets people walk on him. He lets Monty walk on him, and he lets Helena walk on him. And basically, the thing about Helena is she is a very, very domineering personality. She has a view of this world that is very narrow and very limited. And if you don't fall within that limited view of hers, you are not accepted by her. Monty's mother, Lucienne, is pretty much the same person. And I wanted to, I didn't think I said this in the last video. If I did, I apologize. But the names Helena and Lucienne, they both pretty much mean bright light. And I picked these names especially because of what they mean. So anybody who thinks that this story is about family members and I'm trying to jab at them or whatever, if they think that's what I'm doing, it's not. Because each of these women, Helena and Lucienne, is based on like 4 or 5 people. And I think I mentioned that in the last video I did, but I'm not sure. Anyway, why does Walter let Helena walk on him? Well, a number of reasons, I imagine. When Helena first came into the family after Walter's biological mom died of cancer, Walter was very lonely and very sad, and he was grieving his mom's death, and he saw in Helena a chance to have another mom, basically a second mom, and he really wanted her to love him. And he wanted to please her, so he did a lot of stuff to please her. He basically gave up his own identity to try to make her happy. He forgot about his own identity, but he was, 12 to 14 years old. I don't remember how I wrote the church years that he was in her church, but he was in her church probably a 2-year period, and he just couldn't do it. And that comes directly from my own life. I could not do this church. It just was impossible. I felt miserable. I felt suffocated. You have to understand. You have to live these things to understand them. I can't stress strongly enough. Walter, even if he was perfectly healthy, it'd be hard for him to deal with this kind of person like Helena. but he's sick. He's got heart failure. He's blind, and he feels vulnerable. He feels at a disadvantage. He has sort of a soft spot for her left over from, but not like in the past. In the past, he was like bending over backwards to make her happy. But he saw a lot of things wrong with her. He knew eventually that trying to earn her love was not going to do him any good. So he's not quite as eager to please as he used to be, but he still has a soft spot for her. Her sister dies several years after they're married. Helena's sister dies, and she comes back to the house, and basically she doesn't ask if she can move in with him. She just basically, walks in with her suitcases, and Walter had every right to tell her, no, you're not moving in. Just go live somewhere else. You can't come live here. And he didn't tell her that, and that was wrong of him, and basically he disrespected Monty's feelings in doing that. I didn't want Walter to be lily white, perfect. I wanted him to have faults just like Monty. Monty has tons of faults, Monty hurts Walter, and Walter hurts Monty. They hurt each other. So basically, why did Walter let her walk on him? Many reasons, and basically, during the course of the book, both of these men, they learn to stand up for themselves. They learn. Walter doesn't just cry and beg her to love him or anything like that. And he doesn't, grovel in front of her, begging her not to be mean to him and not to, begging her to accept him. He basically, there are several fights, verbal fights in this book. And Walter, to me, he's pretty feisty. He's as feisty as he can be. He's not feeling well, and it's really hard to fight physically, and it's hard to fight mentally when you're not feeling well. Sometimes it's easier just to have mean people have their way. So anyway, I hope that answers the question. I ramble a lot when I answer questions.